Welcome back. I thought I'd show you the three Ron Ransom books that I've got. The first one I bought was this one, Watercolour Painting, the Ron Ransom Technique. Unfortunately, most of the pictures are in black and white, but well, there's a picture of Ron, the late Ron. I'm painting on an easel similar to the one he's carrying in his arm there. That's him running a course on the River Wye, where he lived for many years before he went to America. But for me, this book was life-changing. I got the box, or actually I had a fishing box that I cut bits out of so the brushes would fit in, but I never use it out of doors. I've got my palettes for outdoor work and my plastic one here, indoor sketching, sitting downstairs in front of the television, doodling figures. So that was the first one. And then when was that published? Published 1984. So I got this book round about, I've been in Wallington I came over here when I was 36. And that was in 1981. 1981, I joined Castle Alton and Wallington Art Group a year or so later, and then somebody gave me the group had some videos, the old VHS videos of Ron Ransom doing demonstrations. I think this was the second one I got. Big brush watercolour. The hake has changed since, we don't use those. I've still got one of those. We used this type, the Ron Ransom hake, but without this metal ferrule. This is a much more comprehensive book. Lots of colour, all colour pictures, lovely, lovely treasure. Plenty of ideas in there. Don't copy, just do your own thing. Use the ideas, but use your imagination. Well, I've used this one a lot because of the tumbling rocky stream. Lovely, lovely book. This one was published in, it's the third one I've got. He did a lot of other books on other artists, like Seago, Wesson, Modern Impressionist, which is a lovely book. This was first published in 1993. So that's quite a while, isn't it? That's 24 years ago, that one. So Ron made a difference to a lot of people. So Ron, R.I.P. with grateful thanks, because you made it possible for a lot of people like me to actually paint watercolours. Right, having said all that, it's another warm day, but not as warm as it has been, so wet the paper, give it a good wet. And, I'll make a different sky, I think. Well, different. Mostly it's just a couple of 30 seconds to paint the sky. Well, 30 seconds and 40 years to paint the sky. Right, bit of raw sienna on there. I've just changed my burnt sienna. There was a big wodge of it there, but most of it were hairs from the various hakes that I've used over the last 4 years. Lake scene, I think. All right, bit of yellow. Get the green out. Bit of light red. Okay, while the paper's in this state, you can keep working over it. So when it starts to dry and the shine starts to go off the paper, that you end up in difficulties. A bit more red in there. Okay, so alizarin crimson and Payne's grey. Right, get that a bit darker. These are Cotman watercolours. And as you come to the horizon, just yeah, as you come down to the horizon, use thinner, weaker clouds to give that aerial perspective. So we recut the paper. Here's my cup of tea. Alright, okay. Nice clean palette. And I'll dry that off a little bit. So headphones off, mute. Okay. The idea of using artist, Kotzmann student quality paints, they're very good. But they haven't got the saturation that the artist quality have. But the price, because you can get them reasonably cheaply, it's not a daunting outlay for beginners who are a bit worried about spending artist quality money on paints that they might lose interest in quite quickly when they realise that painting is not quite as easy as they thought it was. They forget that you have to work at it. So that's all I'm saying about the Kotzmann. The lemon I've got, this is an artist quality, this one. It's cadmium yellow, raw sienna, alizarin crimson, light red, ultramarine, burnt umber, Payne's grey, and burnt sienna, a bit of hooker's green there that I might not use. Right, let's put some distant hills in. We have got mountains in the UK, but they're mostly well, the highest one we've got is can't remember. It is Ben Nevis and Snowdon, which is in the Welsh Hills, which is Welsh Mountains, should I say? Right, let's just. I can't feel it though. Going away. Up and now into that we'll put some sienna, bit of burnt sienna. Okay, now while that's drying off we'll go in with a bit of horizon. Got lovely, luscious paint. Got the same old routine. Plenty of blue in this to get the darks. Put in some more neat sienna. A bit of blue in there, a bit of neat blue. So that will blend into the background. Okay, so that's a nice little start. So let's just add a little bit of detail behind that, on those hills while it's wet. And no, I'll wait for that to dry. Let's just come across with a nice bit of burnt umber. Okay. Okay, let's just come down here with sort of a beach. Leave a little bit of a margin there. Right, we're going uphill a bit here. So a little bit uphill, but let's just put a dark edge to that. So. Okay, so that'll do. And we can put in the usual island. Put a bit of yellow on top of that. And we're putting some, like a tidal sort of, so this sort of uncovers as the, we call it an estuary. And that will justify the reeds and the grasses. I'm going to put some pebbles in there, so we want some good darks. Now, I'm making this up as I go along. I usually do. I don't do elaborate drawings. It's not what interests me. It's the freshness of watercolour, or indeed any painting, simplicity. There are plenty of artists far better than me that can, well, there's just brilliant painters. But I don't really stretch myself. I love these sort of, the hit and miss and the unpredictability of watercolour painting. Just mix a bit of green, dark green. Right, let's get a card. I'll just lift out a couple of, well, a few thousand pebbles. Nothing too much here. Just lift out a few stones. I've left that a bit too long. But anyway, I'm sort of building up a bit of a bank of reeds, grasses. Pushing the brush here. Okay, that'll do, that's quite pretty. And we'll do some more foreground, I think. Bit of grasses. Oh, there's a bit of dark in there. Bit of Payne's Grey, shortcut to the dark. But Payne's Grey and Burnt Sienna are fabulous colours to mix together. I'll paint into that. Right, I want to just put in a bit of detail on that foreign shore. That's it. Look, we've just enlivened that far bank now with a bit of nondescript detail. Of course, we can always overdo it. Okay, that's a bit more up here. Right, okay, so we want some more detail. In here. Right, so that's quite simple. I haven't done very much. It's quite basic in that I haven't put any detail in. But what I'm going to do is to put some stuff, some dry brush in that middle distance. So I'm going to dry the painting off. So take your headphones off or mute your sound. Here we go. I've given it a good dry because I want to go over that background, just to put a little bit of faint detail on that burnt and raw sienna, the fields at the back. So I'll just clean my palette. Big rolls of kitchen paper, great big roll, jumbo. I was saying in my last video, and I don't think I finished what I was going to say because I lose my concentration. My concentration goes onto the painting and I forget what I said. But I was talking about have a thought for those like my son, chefs, who are working in temperatures of 140 degrees Fahrenheit in their kitchens. And he's a pastry chef for Caprice Holdings. And some of the restaurants they own include the Ivy and Le Caprice, Chic, Scots, and he looks after all the pastry sections and designs, and And the next couple of weeks, him and a colleague are setting up the Caprice kitchen for British Masterpiece in Royal Hospital Chelsea. They'll be working up to 19 hours days and providing food for about 500 covers a day. And he'll give himself a couple of days off at the end. It's a lot of work. We go with the fabulous artist, Antique Art. We went last year and saw Howard Hodgkin. Could spot it a mile off. Right, I'll just where I lose my concentration. I'll just do a bit of that sky. So a bit of Payne's Grey, not a lot. I don't want to. I just want to just drag across there. Okay, now we'll put in a bit darker, bit of those darker colours, and just a few ripples. Oh dear, that's a nice nondescript colour. And they had some antique clocks going back to the 16th century, I think, last year. Absolute wonders. Still working. Can't beat quality, can you? The usual Picassos and Impressionist paintings. We have a lot of Lowry last year, and I love Lowry. Okay, so we'll just do a little bit of detail on the background. So that'll be a bit of blue, bluey green, I think. So a bit of outrageous name shopping for my son, but it's a tough old game. They certainly, the restaurants, they don't need promoting. They're always very busy. Just put in fields. Nothing in the distance because they're too far away. Right, I'm going to dry that just in case it bleeds into the slightly damp paper. Headphones, go! So you can see it's soaked in a bit there and spread out, so I'll just... Right, that'll do. I'll do a bit of rigger work. Just a bit of... My favourite dark is either Payne's Grey and Burnt Sienna. That's a really warm dark. Just to... And just... Will you put above, put below? Bit of this and that. This stuff, let's bring the brush up. Just put a few spiky bits here and there. Right, I wonder if we could put a little man in there. Man up, so to speak. Right, a little sable. So a bit of light red for a head. Oh, not that. Or a bit of that. we'll put him here. Don't waste. I've made it too big. Right, okay, let's have a bit of red. Okay, we'll put a little bit of reflection there. It always helps to put a figure in. As you know, I've been practicing my figures. Right, well, it's a fishing rod going the other way, but you get the idea. Maybe I'll just remove it. I think I'll use a pencil for that. Pencil. Got my clutch pencil. Alright, let's just do that. Sorry, masking your sodas. That just about shows. Okay, that'll do. Yeah, I'm quite happy about that. I'll sign it and we'll put it in the mount and we'll have a look. Right. So that's a couple of paintings today. I did 4 last Saturday morning. Right, now it's bird, I think. Get the horizon level. There we are, another. Quite pleased with that. Did you say that was? No, this was come across here. Right, well that'll do. So that's turned out quite well, better than the one. Oh, I don't think I showed it. I think I scrapped it. Bit messy there. But my figure, well, really not very good. But I think overall we've got a nice sky, nice middle distance or distance and middle distance. I quite like all this. It's nice and warm. So there we are. Oh, bird, we've got to put a bird in, haven't we? That links the sky to the land somewhat. I've got enough dry brush in here just to show a bit of reflection of the sky on the still water. Right, thanks for watching. Let's just bring you around, change the angle. There we are. See you later. Bye bye.